Today we're diving deep into the twists and turns shaking up the top teams. We're uncovering the secrets behind Mercedes' meteoric rise and discovering if they have what it takes to dethrone Red Bull. And we also have Hamilton giving his blessing, which by all indications is to the new Mercedes driver. Now, speaking of Red Bull, what's happening with the reigning champions, car issues, key departures, and a Verstappen who might be eyeing new horizons? And that's not all. We'll also look at other teams causing a stir on the grid. Is McLaren on an upward trajectory? Can Ferrari bounce back? And what's up with Audi's mysterious project for 2026? Believe me, you won't want to miss a second of this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the news. Let's go. Let's start with the team causing a buzz in the paddock, Mercedes. Who would have thought that after such a turbulent start to the season, we'd be here talking about a potential comeback for the German team? But that's exactly what's happening, folks. In recent races, Mercedes has shown an impressive improvement in performance. The car that once seemed like a headache for engineers is now giving headaches to its competitors. Well, the team is certainly thinking about the future. Rumors indicate that the 2025 car is already in development and promises to be a significant evolution of the current W15. Trackside engineering director Andrew Shovlin even stated that next year's car will be a close cousin of the current one. This suggests that Mercedes has finally found a solid foundation to build its future on. But the big question on everyone's mind is, who will replace Hamilton when he moves to Ferrari in 2025? The spotlight is on a young Italian prodigy named Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Hamilton himself has already given his blessing to the signing of Antonelli, saying, "Honestly, I have no idea what Toto's plans are, but for me, taking on a youngster would be the right move. If it were my job, my role, I'd probably take on Kimi." At just 17 years old, Antonelli has been impressing in junior categories and is already being tested in older Mercedes F1 cars. The rumors are so strong that some sources suggest Antonelli's announcement as a Mercedes driver for 2025 could happen as early as the next Italian GP in Monza. Imagine, an 18-year-old rookie taking the place of one of the greatest drivers in history. That would be a bold move. But Mercedes is not known for being afraid to take risks. They may have stumbled at the start, but now they're back in the fight, and with full force. But while Mercedes is on the rise, another team that used to dominate headlines for positive reasons is now facing unexpected challenges. Let's take a closer look at Red Bull's situation. The team that seemed unbeatable at the start of the season now finds itself in troubled waters. It's almost unbelievable to think we're talking about the same team that won 5 of the first 7 races of the year. But the F1 world moves fast, and Red Bull is feeling it. In recent races, the Austrian team has faced a drop in performance that's leaving everyone perplexed. The RB20, once considered the most dominant car on the grid, now seems to have lost its shine. Recent updates haven't brought the expected gains, and the advantage Red Bull had over its rivals is shrinking with each race. The team's consultant, Helmut Marko, even admitted that they're having trouble finding the right balance in the car. "We have to solve our problems and figure out where the issue is because we no longer have the balance in the car if you compare the current situation to the first 3 races," Marko said. Worrisome words from a team not used to falling behind. And the problems don't stop there. Sergio Perez's situation in the team continues to be a hot topic. The Mexican has struggled to keep up with his teammate, Max Verstappen, and rumors about his possible replacement keep circulating. Red Bull decided to keep Perez after the Belgian GP, but many see this as a temporary solution. To make matters worse, Red Bull is losing key figures from their team. Adrian Newey announced his departure some time ago. And more recently, Jonathan Wheatley, the sporting director who had been with the team for 18 years, also decided to move on to new challenges. These departures represent a significant loss of experience and knowledge for the team. But perhaps the hottest topic of all is Max Verstappen's future. The 3-time world champion has a contract with Red Bull until 2028, but that hasn't stopped speculation about a possible change. Verstappen has been asked about the factors that will influence his future decisions, and his answers have been intriguing, to say the least. "You have to be realistic," Verstappen said when asked about Red Bull's own engine project for 2026. We're fighting against people who have been building engines for over 100 years. They have a lot of experience. These words leave a question hanging. Is Verstappen starting to doubt Red Bull's future? And we can't forget about Liam Lawson, the young driver waiting in the wings for his chance. Marco revealed that an announcement about Lawson's future will be made in September. Will we see another shakeup in the driver market? While Mercedes and Red Bull dominate the headlines, other teams are quietly, or not so quietly, making moves on the F1 board. Let's start with McLaren, which has been the big positive surprise of the season. The Woking team has made a remarkable transformation since the start of the year. Remember how they began the season struggling in the midfield? Well, that's a thing of the past. McLaren has not only caught up with the front teams, but has, in some races, been the fastest on the grid. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have shown exceptional performances, putting McLaren back on the map for victories. McLaren CEO Zak Brown is so confident in the team's future that he publicly dismissed the idea of hiring Adrian Newey. "We're not going to hire Adrian," Brown said. "I'm very happy with the team. Adrian is a great friend, a huge talent, his resume is unmatched, but with what we have here, I couldn't be happier." This statement shows how much McLaren believes in its current technical group and the direction they are taking. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Ferrari, which continues to struggle for consistency. The Italian team has had moments of brilliance, but also faced significant difficulties. Team boss Fred Vasseur has spoken openly about the challenges they face and their hopes for the future. "Fixing the bouncing is a step in performance," Vasseur said. "We have a good sequence of tracks for us with Monza, Baku, Singapore. I think they are good tracks for the car's characteristics." Ferrari is clearly betting on a recovery in the second half of the season, but will it be enough to compete with Mercedes and Red Bull? And we can't forget about Audi's project for 2026, although there is still considerable time left. The German brand's moves are already making waves in the paddock. Audi not only bought Sauber but also made key hires, including former Ferrari boss Mattia Binotto as their new technical and operations director. Audi's arrival in 2026 promises to shake up the F1 grid even more. With new engine regulations coming into effect that year, Audi sees an opportunity to enter competitively from the start. Will we see a new powerhouse emerging in F1? What an incredible season we're having, right? We've seen Mercedes rise from the ashes, Red Bull facing unexpected challenges, and other teams like McLaren and Ferrari fighting to stay relevant. But the burning question is, what's coming next? Share your opinions in the comments below. We love hearing your theories and predictions. After all, what makes F1 so special is the passion of its fans. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about the world of Formula One. Thank you for watching until the end.